Oh, you going? Yo, my people, it's your boy EB. Welcome to another episode of the Kid Show. Today, I'm joined by a man that's infamous and well known as well. Known for a lot of things, actually. But, bro, how are you, bro?
I'm alright, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm excited to have you on the show, bro.
Thank you.
I feel like you've been spoken about a few times on the show. So, it's only right to have you here and to hear your perspective on things.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess so. So, first and foremost, bro, for the people that do not know who you are, like, who are you? What do you do? What have you done in your life? And tell us who Tristan Hanslo is, bro.
Currently, I am a full-time day trader.
Mm-hmm.
So, Forex, full-time, teach people, trade on my own, don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Ex-professional footballer, was a professional footballer for 5 years before I decided to just focus on my business.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
That's interesting. Nice, short and sweet, bro. So, we're going to get straight into it, bro. Growing up, bro, school days, apparently you're the coolest guy in school. So, how did that, how was school for you? How was coming up in Cape Town for you? And
school was nice. I think people misperceive being the cool guy for just being the athlete at school. You know, you can just be the athlete or the fastest guy at school and people will think you're the cool guy.
Yeah.
But I
feel like it's not just that, though. It comes with women. It comes with nice cars. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel like it's not just being an athlete. I feel like there's a lot of people that are athletes, but your thing was just different because you were doing a lot of other stuff added to it.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of women apparently find me attractive. I don't
apparently
know. Apparently. But I think being an athlete, all those things that you said now, the characteristics of an athlete, it comes with that. So once you are disciplined and once you are hardworking and you achieve something that other people can't achieve, then the status immediately comes with that. I think that's how it's been for me. But I don't view any of it like that. A very introverted person.
You're very introverted person, so you're not really out there like taking all of that in.
Social media.
So you're not a social media guy?
Bro, if I had the chance, I would delete my social media. I deactivated Insta already. I don't post on TikTok. I don't follow anyone on TikTok. If I had the chance, I would leave social media immediately. Mm-hmm. And just because of the negative impacts that I think it has on today's generation. Mm-hmm. But I do also believe that you can use the platform for good if you just decide to maybe produce content instead of consuming the content, because that's the problem I have with social media. The content we consume isn't necessarily the best for us. Mm-hmm. So if you just make that switch, then it should be okay.
So what do you feel like is the negative content that is being pushed out? Do you feel it's like it's the sexualized content? Is it the wrong mindsets we're being fed? Or what exactly is your definition of like negative content that we experience on social media?
I think there's a vast majority of negative impacts, but the speed at which everything is accessible makes it a problem. So you have a 12-year-old boy that can now access porn at any time of the day.
Yeah.
Where 10, 20 years ago, it would have never been the case. Mm-hmm. So it has a massive negative impact on the mindset of today's generation. And also, how many times you get caught scrolling on TikTok for like 3 hours?
Yeah,
and you're like, yo, what the flip? So for me, it was just like realizing that the content that I'm consuming for the 3 hours wasn't good. But now, it's not always easy because everything is digitalized today. It's not always easy to just completely detach from it. Mm-hmm. So if you then just make the switch and start consuming content that is actually productive or is beneficial for you, then it's a different story if you're now sitting watching it for 3 hours, because now you're actually learning. You're exercising your brain in the new generation era. So yeah, for me.
Okay, that's interesting. Like for me also, I don't consume a lot of content. Like I'm on my phone a lot, and my girl gets me with, I always tell her, like, I'm never on my phone. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok scrolling for hours. It's either I'm trying to prepare for a podcast. I'm trying to like engage with someone because we need to arrange a meeting to shoot or something like that.
100%.
But I do feel like when I do scroll, that there's a lot of like negativity. Like, have you ever gone to your explore page and you just see like naked woman on your explore page? I feel like everyone's Instagram's like that.
I think it's just It's definitely the algorithm, and like you said, you need to develop a phone addiction.
Yeah.
In today's age, if you want to make money, you need to develop a phone addiction. But that phone addiction needs to be positive. So like you said, you're not consuming anything. You're just setting up meetings, doing work constantly. And it sounds simple for you, but remember, there's a lot of people that are just consuming content. That have no idea what you're talking about when you say you're on your phone, but you're not actually on your phone. You're not talking to anyone. There's no time for any of that. But people don't understand that. They wouldn't understand if you're not actually trying to do something productive. So yeah, social media can kill you.
Yeah, it's a terrible and a scary place. There's a lot of positives, but a lot of negatives. Yeah. Bro, let's go straight into football. I didn't plan to go to football so early, but I feel like I don't want to get to the hot stuff yet. If we get to the hot stuff, we're gonna burn them so early in the show.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna click off after they see the hot stuff. So, bro, football. I saw you play at the Linux in back in the day when I used to play football because I used to play for Vasco at the time.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you start playing football and how did your love for football develop? And when did you start playing football?
I started when I was 9 years old. Never had a love for the game, I'm being honest. Never cared about it. My father, big football fanatic, he bribed me. Said, look, go to training, I'll buy you a slab. I'll buy you a whole nut slab.
Yeah.
I said, no problem. I go train, get the slab, next session. At that time, it was only 2 sessions a day.
Yeah.
Next session, slab, go. Next
Were you guys training 2 sessions at 9 years old?
I mean, sorry, 2 sessions a week.
A week,
Not
okay.
a day,
Yeah, I was worried they working you there by Lennick dog.
Yeah. Next week I come, same thing. Gets me, I think he got me about 4 slabs before I started actually realizing that I want to go. Like, I like this. And then from there, so the reason I am the way I am now is because what he instilled in me from 9 years old.
Yeah.
So we would do 2 sessions a day with the team, but my father and I would do a third on a Sunday. So every club I went to there after, if it was at the Lennick, we were training 4 times a week. Me and him would train 5.
Yeah.
So he always gave me that. He always gave me the idea that you need to be the hardest worker in the room. You have to. That's standard. You can't have anybody else working harder than you. So yeah, I started there and then eventually moved on to Cape Town City. That was my first big club.
Yeah. How old were you at that time?
I was 18.
And you signed for Cape Town City?
Yeah, but I was Tusky. So it wasn't
like, yeah, it wasn't pro.
Yeah, it wasn't pro yet. I wasn't pro. I was still going to school, running from school to the bus to get to training every day.
Were you taking the bus?
Yeah, I had to. From Settlers, Paro, to Sea Point. That time we were still training at Sea Point. Straight through, and then from there I went to, things didn't work out at Cape Town City, and I ended up not playing in my matric year.
Yeah.
The next year I was planning on taking a gap year, got an opportunity at UWC.
Yes.
Went there, played in a tournament in Durban, won the tournament, got player of the tournament, and then Steve Barker, the Stellenbosch coach, he called me. Said, look, come down. That time Stellenbosch was still in the NFD.
Yeah.
So I go down and then got a contract. That was my first professional contract. I was 18 or 19.
So how much were you earning those times though?
First one was 5K.
5K a month?
Yeah.
Yo.
First one was 5. But I remember now, I'm first year out of high school. So all my friends are at varsity. I'm getting this 5. It looks like I'm getting a bag.
Yeah, like you're that guy, no?
I'm that guy. I'm getting 5. Anyway, next year goes on and we win it. And I get offered a PSL contract.
Yeah.
So now I'm earning 12K a month. And everyone's in like their second year of varsity. So now it is actually something that I can work with. I have no expenses, nothing. Rent is paid for at the place we stayed in Stellenbosch. Food was paid for. Everything was sorted. It was just...
And then is that about it for Stellenbosch?
That's if I put it to you like that, if I say that everything was sorted, I was a 19-year-old earning 12K a month with a PSL contract. My head was
growing
this big. My head was huge, and life humbled me. Life humbles you at points like that. And then I went through that after COVID. I went through the struggle of finding a club.
But wait, you can't just keep us like
no, like that's what happened at Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch ended, COVID happened, and a week, I got the new contract a week before COVID happened. A week into the lockdown, the home, like the serious lockdown, I get a call and they tell me, you are unfortunately not in the plans anymore. So, I don't know what happened.
So you just got a 12,000 rand
He's got a
contract.
new contract, ended the season top goal scorer, had the most assists, was the captain of the Dusky team, had a PSL contract. Got a call saying you're not in the plans anymore.
Yo.
Bruh, my world came crashing down. And that is also just part of the journey that like sort of made me stronger. Looked for a club, went to Steenberg here in Cape Town, signed an NFD contract. So now I'm back on the professional board. Fine. Things don't work out. They
Still,
just,
still around 5K though.
no, it's Steenberg was like around eight
Yeah.
or 9. Anyway, things don't work out at Steenberg. Trained there for a month, and then on payday, the manager just came and said, "Unfortunately, we're not able to pay you guys today." But I'm being honest, and I'm thinking, yo, I'm not gonna sit here and fight this or anything.
So you work for the whole month and you want
Whole
paid?
month, the whole month, we did double sessions. We ran like hell.
know-
Payday, bro, I'm excited for payday. Payday comes, and remember, this is now like a couple of months after Stellenbosch. So I
Yeah.
was struggling to find a club. Got this club, this professional club. I'm on top of the moon again. Payday comes.
You're not paid.
Can't pay you. Okay, cool. Now I'm surviving on the money that I got paid out from Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I decided pack my bags. I'm gonna go try in Joburg. Go to Joburg, go to Highlands Park, go to Polokwane City Rovers, and same thing. Was at Highlands Park on trial for like a month.
Yeah.
I came to Cape Town for a week, came back. Coach of Highlands Park got
Yeah.
fired. New coach came in, and he just said, "We're only focusing on the players that we have signed." And this time, just before I came to Cape Town, the coach that was the coach at the time said, "When you get back, we'll sign your contract." Get back, he's fired. New man comes in and he's like, "Look, we're gonna focus on the team we have." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Get a call. Club makes an offer for me, Uppington. They say, "Look,
Yeah.
come to Uppington, we'll give you so much money, blah, blah, blah. Place to stay, sorted." Pack my bags again in my car. I flew my car to Joburg, so I get in my car and I drive from Joburg.
How much did you pay to fly across to Joburg?
It was 4.5 at the time.
Ah.
But I needed a car in Joburg because everything is so far apart. Anyway, pack my bags, get in the car, and I'm off to Uppington. Driving on my own. No idea where Uppington is,
Yeah.
who's in Uppington, who I'm going to. I've never met this guy before, nothing. Go through, and eventually I get to Uppington like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. Get a call. They tell me where to go, and I sleep. Spend a month in Uppington, and
At this club now.
at this club in
Yeah.
Uppington, and there I decided like, there's no ways I can live in Uppington. No hate to anybody that lives in Uppington, but Uppington, I need this buildings and city,
Yeah, the city,
and this
yeah.
activity. I can't. It was dead. There was one McDonald's, one KFC, one club, one mall. I mean,
Yeah, not for you.
so I came back, drove back from Uppington to Cape Town.
So you just decided because of that, or did the football not, was the football not the best?
The football wasn't the best, but it had nothing to do with that for me. For me, it was a comparison between, am I willing to live so far apart from my family and my friends for the amount of money that I was getting? And I wasn't. So I drove back, come home, and I get a team in the Vodacom Glendine. This one, play there, whatever, play for the season. End of season comes, last game comes. A week after that, we get a message in the group. The club has been sold. Good luck on your journeys.
Yo, they're killing you, bruh. Everyone is killing you, dog.
So now, again, that's where I decided. I was like, no, I can't have myself depend on anybody for income anymore. Because
Yeah.
now at this point, I'm struggling. Because now I'm focusing on my football and my trading, and one is lacking.
Yeah.
And now, because one is lacking, I want to focus more energy, and both just started lacking, and it just wasn't working. So I decided, okay, I'm going to leave everything. I'm not going to study. I was still at varsity also.
Yeah.
Done studying, done playing football. I'm just going to focus all my energy into what I know I'm able to do. Because for years, I've been trading for 6 years. And for years, I've been able to make money, but I've never been consistently profitable because of my lifestyle and the
Other
football and
commitments.
yeah, all of that. So then that was last year, November or so. That's when I decided to stop playing football for now.
For now.
For now, I can't speak for what's going to happen
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 years or how I'll feel. But for now, I had to stop and
Just stop.
focus. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned something about like how you can't control like what happens in football, and I feel like that's something a lot of young footballers need to realize. Like, you can be the greatest footballer in the world, but it's different to tennis, man.
Yeah.
Like, tennis is just you.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you beat someone, they can't deny you that. But football is
100%.
sort of like a team sport, and if someone doesn't like you, they're not going to pick you. But at the same time, I'm not sure if you heard this before, but there's a lot of people that think your father's quite big in football, and he was a big football man. So there's a lot of people that felt like when we were younger that you were favorited because of your father.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard that quite a bit.
Yeah.
So if you could shed any light on that, like, what would you say?
So just based on that also, besides the fact that people thought I was being favorited because of my father, to anybody, and you'll probably agree with me, to anybody that doesn't know me, that has never met me before, that just sees me,
Yeah.
I come across as cocky or
Yeah.
egotistical.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know that for a fact. People genuinely don't. They won't like me if they don't know me.
Yeah.
Then you need to meet me. So I think that also had a big impact on the liking of coaches and things. People always felt like I was arrogant. And now also at a young age, I started getting all these tattoos.
Mhm.
So now everyone thought like, yo, this boy thinks he's cool. And whatever.
What did your parents say though when you got all these tats when you're young?
So with the first tattoo I got, I made the Bafana team under 19. I was like, Mommy, I need to get a tattoo. I need to. She's like, no. I'm like, it's going to be a Jesus tattoo, please. So I get this cross and this quote, my favorite quote, Philippians 4 verse 13, Bible verse, sorry. And then she said, okay, you're just getting this one.
Yeah.
And I was 16 or 17, yeah. And then the next one, she was like, you're not going to get another one. So I was like, Mommy, please, I'm going to get your name. So I get a name as my next tattoo.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, cool, it's fine. And then from there, she just left it. She was like
Spiraled. out
Yeah,
of control.
just
My
spiraled
African parents will
completely.
take my stuff and put it outside the same day, boy.
Yo, she said that for my neck. Because I wanted to get stuff in my neck also.
Yeah.
And she was like, you need to find a place to live if you're going to do that.
That's wild. But back to the thing about, you say people might feel like you egotistic if they haven't met you before. So you were just speaking on that. Sorry to break your word.
Yeah, no, that's about it that I wanted to say about it. People genuinely or generally will judge me before meeting me. And it's okay. I understand it. I understand that I have no control over the thoughts or actions of other people. And I'm fine with being misunderstood or misinterpreted. It's okay.
So for you do feel like you're always deserving of the opportunities that you did get and the opportunities that you did take.
I worked hard. Like I worked very hard. Genuinely, I still do work very hard at everything I do. So I do think it was deserving.
Definitely, bro. So for you, if you could play at any football club locally, where would you want to go?
Right now,
Yeah.
probably back to Cape Town City.
Like to get answered.
Yeah, I like the way the club is like run. It's very professional. Even the media side of things. I saw you did some work for them.
Yeah,
also.
I'm there. Shout out Cape Town City. Nice.
But yeah, probably Cape Town City.
Big club, bro. I love Cape Town City. Next thing, let's move on. Now we're getting to a different part of your life, bro. I'm sure everyone has been waiting for this part. I'm sure everyone knows about this part. But your relationship life, bro. You said from a young age, you were the athlete, footballer, playing, doing your thing. So from then, you had a lot of female attention. You said a lot of girls find you attractive. You feel that way?
Apparently.
Allegedly. Not 100% proven, but allegedly. So, your first relationship, bro, how was that for you? And when was that?
Which one are you talking?
Which one you do? I know you. We'll get to that one also, but your first relationship, like your first ever relationship, like how was it for you? Just blindly, I don't know what it was. Yeah.
Okay. I think the first one for every guy is the same. You fall head over heels in love with a girl. And if the first one breaks your heart, you go through breaking others. And so for me, the first one was exactly like that. I was in love with this girl. She was older than me. And
How old were you at the time?
I was grade 10. She was grade 11.
I see.
But she was grade 12 age.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
then-
she was
Yeah.
she was dealing with you wrongly, bro.
Yo, and then she was also like the hottest girl in the school, if I'm being honest. And things went south for me from there. Things didn't go.
Yeah, you're not gonna
I'm
go
gonna
into
say it,
you're not
but
gonna get into detail.
yeah, but then so that was the first one.
Yeah.
I'll let you ask any other questions.
How many relationships have you been in your life? honest. I want an honest number. Because I know you dated that one. And you date. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it, but how many have you been in your life?
4.
4.
4.
Only 4.
4.
How many girlfriends? Do you have a girlfriend right now?
Kinda.
Bro said kinda. So only
It's
4.
not official yet, but it's heading that way for sure.
So you've been in
But
4 relationships.
4 that I think was a relationship. 4.
But other people might think that they were in a relationship with you.
Maybe.
But you weren't in a
Good
relationship with them.
possibility, yeah.
Oh,
Good
that's
crazy, eh?
That's crazy, bro. Now, I'm sure there's an elephant in the room. And that's obviously Neevan Ferris. You guys had a very public relationship.
We did.
Very public breakup as well. So I just want to understand from the beginning. Not public in a sense of everyone knew it was happening, but everyone knew when it was happening.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, she mentioned to me obviously her perspective of it, of you guys met. Nothing negative, always positive. Neevan, very good person. So so how did it start for you, and how did you find her? How did you guys start engaging together? How did that journey start, and what led to you guys actually starting to see each other?
It was in the time that so the football story I told you, when I packed up and went to Joburg.
Yeah.
In that time, I flew to Joburg.
You flew to Joburg?
Yeah.
You got bread, no?
No.
Imagine bro was losing money from clubs but flying girls out. Now you got a different type of bread, no?
And then we chilled, whatever, got to know each other, and then I went to Uppington. Flew to Uppington, chilled again, and then came back to Cape Town, and it now got serious. Yeah.
Was that it? And at the time, this is a very tricky question. At the time when you started dating Neevan, you were single. You were single. You were single.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent. I did mess up quite a bit at the start of that. And I actually have apologized to her.
To
the girl you're talking about.
To Summer. I don't think we.
Yeah, I have apologized. I understand that a lot of my actions before last year November were extremely questionable. A lot of the way I was living my life was not. It can't compare to who I am now, and so I do understand that. Also, I wasn't the best person to anybody before a couple of months ago, before I decided to change my life. So I understand how I could have hurt a lot of people, and I was hurt as well. But yeah, just
yeah. So you weren't necessarily single at the time, but you just decided to move on with your life.
Yeah, I did implement the breakup, if I can put it like that. Whether she wanted to take it at the time or not, kind of didn't concern me at the time, because I already said what I wanted to say.
Oh, I see.
So, but also, it was still wrong. I'm not justifying anything that I did. I know it was wrong. I know. So, yeah.
So from there, you now starting dating Neevan. You guys are happy. You guys are good. You guys are living. And all of a sudden... Wait. How was the relationship dating a famous girl? Because Neevan is fairly famous in Cape Town, I think. So what is the positives and negatives for you, in this relationship?
Negatives were everything is so publicized. There's very little separation between your private life and you also at times, I mean, you're in a public relationship now.
Yeah.
You'll see that the public will always have an opinion about everything. And you then need to sit back and say that, okay, you can't get upset for any of it, because that's what you chose. You chose to allow people into or give them access to your relationship or what you're doing. So for me, it was definitely a learning curve, not something that I would necessarily want to do again, put my relationship out there to that extent. So I don't see negatives and positives. Let me rephrase what I said earlier. I see the whole thing as a learning curve, and what I would want and what I wouldn't want in the future. So yeah.
So for you wouldn't want a public relationship again?
Nah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be private. People would know, but I wouldn't put every single detail out there anymore.
Well, that's good. But it's good now because you changed. Like you're not like gonna move sneaky or anything. Public, of course. Now, you guys date for a few months, and all of a sudden, I go on Instagram one day, and I see this post on Instagram, and this post says, "Your favorite YouTuber must keep must stop using my girlfriend for views." That's what I saw first and foremost. And I'm thinking, I thought I'm everyone's favorite YouTuber.
I thought it was you.
I thought it was me initially. I can't lie. I was like, what? I've never mentioned Neevan like any of my videos. So I was a bit confused. But then I went to YouTube and I went to go like check it. So I said, okay, it's obviously Javas. And Javas was on the couch as well. This is a very open space, man. Like there's no sides. We just allow each person to have their perspective. So for you, what led you to, for those of you guys don't know, basically Javas made a video with Neevan or about Neevan, and Tristan was dating Neevan at the time, and he wasn't happy with it, and he made the post saying, your favorite YouTuber must stop using my girlfriend for views. But Javas was asked the question, so it's not like he just came out with it, but shed your perspective on it. What led you to that moment to make that post on Instagram?
I'm trying to think about it. I think I was busy driving. I was on the highway, I remember, and again, I'll say 8 months ago, I was a completely different person. So at the time, I had no emotional control. I had no control over how I was feeling or my insecurities.
Yeah.
And I publicized an issue that I was having. I have no hate towards him.
Yeah.
I understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
He also understands. And everybody that saw it understood what he was doing. At the time, it was just clickbait.
Yeah.
That's simple. I mean, as a content creator, you need to get as much likes and views and clicks or whatever as you need to. So I understand what he was doing. It agitated me at the time, but I have no feelings towards it anymore. I'm not worried. I'm not bothered. It doesn't faze me anymore.
Oh, so you totally and completely moved on from that.
I apologize. I apologize for the way I acted at the time. I shouldn't have posted, but it's over.
I guess you can't cry over spilled milk. Yeah. At the same time, I feel like it's very important, and I spoke to TK about this. Like, I'm sure you learn from that, because like 100%. For me, if I have a problem with someone, like I told you, like we had our own issues as well.
Yeah.
And I would prefer to speak to you about it offline instead of like going online and be like, yo.
100%.
But I guess we all live and learn. And it's very refreshing, bro, to see like
I never had a problem with you, by the way.
I had some issues. I'm not gonna lie, but I explained to you like what it was, that situation.
No, for me it was just at the time. Obviously, I was in a public relationship, and you gave my other ex the platform. To badmouth me. So I understood what you were doing also.
But
and you
saw the thing is, with Summer, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like. I feel like some obviously had a lot of emotion towards you, and at that time it's still fresh. Yeah. Because you guys had just broken up. Yeah. So I didn't feel like I wasn't giving her the platform and being like, yo, you must say this. I feel like at the end of the day, when a woman's hurt, and she will display how she feels on camera. So,
and if it wasn't you, she would have found a different way anyway.
Yeah. If someone else
where did I see you? The first time I met you was at Buddha. Lounge, yeah.
And I was a bit confused because I was like, this guy says stuff about me online and now he greets me. So what? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But we sorted out our own issues. And I think it's very important because like TK said, like people, it's very important to not take stuff online and just link up with the person and be like, yo, can we like speak our problems out? Because if you're doing it online, you question are you doing it genuinely? Or you're doing it because you're trying to get more views and more clicks and more people to talk about it. But yeah, that was a very deep situation. Now, I want to get your perspective on a few things, bro. Just top general topics. First and foremost, you're a Forex trader.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen me bash the Forex trader. I bash the Forex trader.
That video, the recent video, is actually funny. But it's I laughed because it's true. People are being scammed so easily in this industry because they don't ask themselves the very simple question. Yeah. Does this mentor need my money to survive? So I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I've always loved the challenge. So I just sacrificed sleep.
Yeah.
Didn't
just to do
sleep a lot of nights just so I could do it. And yeah, that's what gravitated me towards.
But how does Forex work for someone like me? I'm a dummy when it comes to Forex. I want to understand, like, what do you do to make money, and how does signals work, and how does all those things? Because I've never actually took a liking to it and took time to understand. Maybe today you can change my perspective on it.
Okay, so you exchange national currencies on a global marketplace. So you're basically buying or selling. You're trying to predict or analyze or anticipate which direction the market's going to go to. If it's going up, you want to buy. If it's going down, you want to sell. That's a brief understanding of it. Signals groups are mentors. So like for me, example, if I had a group where I would tell people when to buy, when to sell. So that's for the lazy people that don't want to sit and learn the skill. They just want to come into the market, make quick cash and whatever. That's your signals group. And that's also why I stopped selling signals, because I'm trying to build something now with a community of people that want to do better, want to achieve more for themselves. So I'm just focusing on a small group of people that I'm doing education with.
Yeah.
But the signals group will be that, and then that's about it.
So it's basically like the rand is worth $50 today, which is not, but you know what I mean. And then I decide today
19 rand 23.
No, you see, you know this thing. Yeah. And then you tell yourself like, okay, I'm going to buy the rands today because it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
Is that basically it?
So when I say it's a global marketplace that exchanges national currencies, we're comparing two currencies. So we may be comparing the rand to the US dollar, like you said now. So we need to see if the rand is going to grow or if the dollar is going to grow. If the dollar is growing, you don't want to buy the rand.
Because then you're gonna lose money.
So it can be very simple. For me, it's all about having, because Forex is free.
Yeah.
You know, information is out there everywhere. You can go, if you really want to, you can go home now, search what everything is, learn by yourself, whatever, do the trial and error. But in order to get to the next step, you need some sort of guidance.
Yeah.
And even if it's not a long time, just have someone tell you, because there's a lot of tips and like little secrets that successful traders know, but the normal retail, everyday traders don't know. So for me, it's just, if you are going to use YouTube as the learning platform, watch one person's video. So there's thousands of strategies and techniques and different types of, focus on one person's thing and then try to build from there, because we get confused hectically when we start listening to everybody else.
Different people,
So Forex can be very simple. It can be an easy escape for a lot of people if you're just willing to invest the time and the... Yeah.
So what's the most you ever made of one trade?
So when you ask a question like that, and if anyone in the industry would ask me a question like that, I would tell you the biggest trade that I made in terms of pips, so points.
Yeah.
So the biggest trade I caught was with a Vault Markets account, 300 Rand to, I think it was 9 odd K with a 0.01 lot size. So for traders watching, they'll understand that 0.01 is the least you can risk.
Yeah.
So you can't go lower than that. So in order to make an amount like 9,000 Rand, you would have had to quote like a lot of pips. It's not the most money I've made, but that is the biggest trade
that you've done, in terms of like putting so little money in and getting so much money out. But that seems realistic though. It doesn't seem like the guys online showing me a Bugatti, showing me a BMW. Yeah. Some oaks like will say they have this mad BMW, but then they come to me like for videos and they're like, I'm asking for like 500 Rand and bro doesn't want to give me. That was obviously back then. I don't charge 500 Rand now, just so you know. But when I started out, I used to like work with Forex traders, because at that time you just take the work you can get. So like these guys would come to me and they have these big Instagram accounts. They have 100K followers, only like 100 likes. I don't know if they bought the account or whatever. But they're basically selling this look of having the nice car, having all of this. Then they come to me for a video, and all I ask you for like 500 Rand, bro. But you this big trader that's making millions every single day. And then they like, no, can you do 350? So I understand the scale of negotiation. But for the value of the work that I was going to provide, I felt like it was worth it.
Yeah, and also if you have the money, why would you negotiate?
Yeah, why would you negotiate if you're the big guy?
But that's another, going back to the first thing we spoke about, the social media. going on social media as a trader, as a young trader that just started, you start seeing everything. You start seeing the Bugattis, the BMs, this guy just made 500k, he just made a mil, whatever, and you get anxious and you just feel like you need to make money now, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's a long journey, and everyone's on their own path. So I'm not the type that will flex anything. I don't believe in any of these material things.
Yeah.
So keep it. When it comes to Forex, try to find someone that is trying to help you from their heart, not for the sake of them needing your money to survive. Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. I learned a lot about Forex today. I thought there wasn't any real success stories, but I see you can make like continuous success with it.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, bro. I don't know if there's anything else you want to ask me. Do you want to ask me anything? Do you have any questions for me about my life? Actually,
yes, I do. Actually,
yeah, do
I do. Things so for you, like I said to you earlier in Spa, I love what you're doing. You've given a lot of Cape Town influencers the platform to speak their hearts, even though sometimes their words aren't as valuable. But okay, no hate. You've given everyone a platform. You've done something. You found a gap in the market that you really are taking advantage of, and I respect that a lot. And how has the transition been for you?
Like to
because you also weren't always just famous. You blew up heavy.
Let me actually tell you a story, no? You know, when I was 17, no? I used to work in one city. I don't know. Does the story ring a bell? No.
Wasn't it Canal?
Nah, but this story you probably don't know. In one city, I used to work there. And this one day, I used to... basically, I was working for this massage company. Where those stuff that you put on...
Oh, they're in the middle.
Like they're in the middle. Okay. Then this one day, I was like... December. I was just after Christmas. Because I was just in grade 11 at the time. So, working, grinding. A big footballer comes there, no? Then, sits down. I give him a young massage with a thing. It's a bit sus. I gave a footballer a massage. And then, I'm like, okay... Cool. And then he's like, okay, he's gonna consider buying the thing. And then he leaves. And then he said his birthday's in a few days. And he might come get it. That football is you. Do you know that?
What?
Did you know that?
No.
But yeah, basically, I gave you a massage with that machine. And then you said you might come back for it if you feel for it.
Did I come back?
Come back. Then I was like, yo, this brother. Then I used to see you in the morning. I used to be like, yo, this man not gonna come back. Because your birthday is like around that time, right?
Yeah, the 29th. That's crazy. I didn't know. For anyone watching that maybe works retail or something, if anyone says they're coming back for it, they're not coming.
They're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
But back to your question on transition. Like for me, it's been crazy. I think though, from like lockdown. I was doing YouTube just before lockdown, and it wasn't really like booming. It started picking up. I made this one video, this am I cute enough to be your boyfriend? I'll never make that video again. It's very, very cringe when I think back to it. But I feel like when you're starting out, you have to learn. Like, imagine going out to someone like, so am I cute enough to be your boyfriend? And then it's just
it worked at the time.
It worked at the time, of course, yeah. So you can't really like bash it. But at that time, I was doing YouTube, wasn't really getting views. I was getting like 1,000 views. I got 1,000 views on that video, and I was like, yo, I'm actually picking up. Then came lockdown, couldn't make public videos anymore because
obviously,
you can't go outside. Started doing DMing videos, started doing a lot of other stuff, and then I hit this wall. You probably know what wall I'm talking about. Moved on from that, learned from that, like bettered myself as a person from that. Came into the year 2020. Started doing TikTok. I was like, how am I going to get people to notice me on YouTube? I need to do something else. Did TikTok. From TikTok, started picking up, met a lot of people, met Baby Days, met all the popular like core TikTokers at the time, because there was just a group at that time of 2020. There's just a group of people that were popular. I know
exactly what group you're talking about.
Yeah, so there wasn't like as many TikTokers. Like now there's like people, there's people in just playing on TikTok. There's people in Platte Kloof on TikTok, Camps play on TikTok. Like it's just everywhere in South Africa. But at that time, there was just a core group that was popular. So, yeah, it just started picking up, gaining followers on Instagram. At that time, like the clout motivates you. So you sort of like need something to keep you going. Then like, okay, I'm getting followers. Because me, I wasn't cool on school. I wasn't like, I used to play football, but I wasn't like the cool footballer. That's why I could give you the perspective of being an athlete, but not necessarily being cool. So from there, you start picking up, and I'm like just posting to get more likes, more followers, more everything. then it gets to a point where you sort of like have all these followers and you're like, yo, I want to get paid.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have this perspective where they think I'm gonna need 10K followers and I'm gonna make $1 million.
Crazy.
But you will be shocked, my boy. I got a 10K, 20K, 30K, and I wasn't making money, bro. And I just felt like, yo, what can I do? This is all I can do. Then I was monetized on YouTube because I took my TikTok audience now to YouTube. Got monetized on YouTube. That time I was making like 1,500 rand. So I thought, okay, that's pretty decent. I can survive off that. I just got out with my friends, come home, create content. Not really anything.
Yeah.
Then I started driving. And I was like, okay, now you need to get better on my... Started doing more stuff. YouTube, obviously, the money started going up. The views started going up. As you guys can see, I'm up right now. Not up, but like better than I was back then. Louis laughing at me behind the camera. But yeah, I started picking up, started making more money, started getting more followers, started getting more brand deals. And I felt very like brands didn't want to work with me in the beginning.
Why?
Because I feel like brands are very lazy. Say, for instance, I'm a marketing manager for, let's say, what brands have I worked with? Let's say Smirnoff.
Okay.
Now, I have Tristan and Hanslo in my database. Now, this new kid, Ervè comes, and he's maybe getting more interaction than you. Now, as the marketing manager, they're not going to take the time out to go research. They're going to be like, oh, we've used Tristan again, let's use him. So coming into the market is very, very difficult. And now you need to like work with 1 brand, 2 brand, 3 brand. I had to do a lot of stuff, bro, to make money. I had to hosting clubs. I threw parties that was making me money. Throwing parties in Cape Town actually makes you a lot of money. People just want to...
But it's raucous as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of admin though. Like my first party, yo, I made like 5 figures, bro. So I was like, yo. And that was like the biggest amount of money I had at the time.
How old are you?
I was last year.
Is it?
That was like what?
Where'd you throw a party?
At the address. Obviously, you were
banned
from the address. Yeah, I was banned from the address.
You see my urine? No, I think I saved your number afterwards.
Yeah.
I got 2 DMs from the address sending me like posters for events that are happening.
And then what do you first?
I didn't reply, but I thought I was banned.
You thought you were banned.
I had to go back, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things are different now. I think all the bad blood is gone now. So
hopefully
it's peaceful. So yeah, bro. Like marketing managers are so lazy. They don't wanna get to know new people. So I was doing a lot of other stuff to make money, throwing parties, hosting at clubs, which I wouldn't say I regret, but I would have preferred to not do that, because now for me to go to a club and ask for, let's say I go to the club now and I want, let's say a crazy number, I want 100K from the club.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit difficult now because I've been to that club before.
And you charged.
And I charged that just because I was trying to make money at the time. This is some advice for like people who are starting out and getting into DJing events. If you're a DJ and you're going to charge, let's say 600 Rand for your first event, second event 600, third event 600, and you're going to come and think you're at the level now and want to maybe charge like 5,000 Rand, it's going to be difficult because you're going to be like, why must I pay 600 Rand for this man I paid? Why must I pay 5,000 Rand for this man I paid 600 Rand for the other day? So I feel like coming into the market, make yourself a bit scarce and don't be everywhere. Because Envy Funk told me this as well. He was like, yo, he came to an event, he was like, yo, there's that YouTube man. Then the next event, he was like, there's that YouTube man again. Then the third week, you're like,
That's the thing, allowing people access to you drives your value down completely.
Yeah.
And that's the message that I say to females a lot.
Yeah.
Females that always out in the clubs and whatever, your value is determined by how much access people have to you.
Yeah.
As a female, you can be extremely gorgeous, but if everyone has access to you, then you can't be high value. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's the same. It applies to all areas of life. It's generally bad spiritual hygiene to allow everyone access to you. So your worth will be driven down.
But you feel like it's also the same with men though. Like men also like sleeping with different girls and like...
Or,
what?
No, finish.
like men being everywhere, it also drives your spiritual value down as well.
I have a different view on that because of how I view the structure of male and female. So in order for a man to be valued or wanted by a lot of girls, he has to have a core list of characteristics that he needs to fulfill first. He needs to be taller than her.
Yeah.
He needs to be smarter. He needs to be rich and make more money. He needs to protect her. There's a lot of things that he needs to bring to the table before a lot of females want him. For a female, you just need to be pretty. And a lot of guys will want you.
Do you think so? But I
Don't
feel
you
like
think?
I do get your perspective, but I feel like at the same time, I don't know. Like maybe I'm a different type of male. But
Maybe.
if you're pretty, like that's not enough for me.
No, because you are a different type of male. You are high value status male. So remember, remember everything as men we do for status.
Yeah.
So you've done YouTube, you've done all this, created all this content, you have 100K followers, you have a certain status that the average man doesn't have.
Yeah.
So you have a variety of choices because you have status. So it is different. For a female, she just genuinely needs to be pretty. And a man, a female can be pretty and receive 10 DMs a day. She will ignore all 10, but as a man, you can't just be pretty and receive 10 DMs a day. Like, it's different. It's structured differently. And yeah, it's just different.
Yeah. Do you feel like money is like a very key part in society, like in terms of like relationships and especially in Cape Town?
I do.
Because we had this conversation last week about the girls in the clubs that go to the clubs, and some of them might not even like the guys, but they're chilling in the section because these guys have money, because these guys are buying bottles, because these guys are big spenders, because these guys got G-Wagons.
Some of them.
Yeah, some. I feel like why I say some of them is because I feel like some of these girls, you might find a girl, for instance, that likes a guy, and he just happens to have money. But you also could find a girl that likes a guy because he has money. So that's why I say some of them are not generalized to the entire.
I think the girls that you'll find that likes the guys that have money are not with the guys in the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the guys in the club sitting with the money, sitting with the girls there, those girls are not sitting there because they like the guy. They're sitting there because of the money. Because if they liked him, they would just be at home. Why do they need to be spending his money in the club with a bunch of other girls and guys? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, money is definitely very important. Money, I saw saying that money is like oxygen. You need money to survive. It makes the lives of the people around you better. You need money to help somebody. You can never help somebody if you don't have money. You can't help yourself. So at the end of the day, it is important. It is very important actually.
To have money.
To have money, yeah. It is important.
Well, this has been fun, bro. Thank you for your perspective. It's been fun to share different ideologies with someone that has a different perspective on life. And I appreciate you for coming through, bro.
I'm glad we finally got to sit down and talk, bro.
And actually like lay everything on the table.
Yeah.
Bro. So any last words for you? Anything you want to say to someone? Anything coming up for you? Anything you're trying to promote? Maybe come to your classes?
I'm not in the business of sort of promoting that anymore because I'm trying to work with a core group of people. But just if we can maybe talk about the recent TikTok that I posted that caused, I don't know, have you seen it?
What TikTok?
Do you have thought?
Yeah, let me actually go check that. There's apparently a recent TikTok. What? I didn't do my research. I can't lie. I had stuff that I wanted to ask you already that I didn't go check.
Is it
like other stuff? Tristan. It was the first time we're actually looking at current content.
Is it? Oh, on the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast.
One will find you in peace and leave you in pieces. But the right one will find you in pieces and lead you to peace.
Why? I'm trying to let him. The wrong one will find you in peace and leave you in pieces. The right one will find you in pieces and lead you to peace. Oh, what's the comment saying? I don't even know him until I saw him with Neevan. Yo, they're not happy with you, no?
There's a small majority of people that are bashing me for it, for her sake. Just to clear the air, I had no intent or no negative intent when I posted that video. I think the fact that people are so emotionally controlled by something that has absolutely nothing to do with them, firstly.
Yeah, that's wild.
For something that they have no idea what actually happened. They have no idea if for the past 7 or 8 months I was healing. And do you understand what I'm saying? They don't know what happened. So just to anybody listening or watching now, understand that regardless of what you do, people are going to talk. People are going to have an opinion about it. And if you are going to drain your energy trying to explain yourself to everybody, stay on your path, do what you do, love the people that love you, take care of the people that take care of you, and just grind, keep grinding.
Yeah. I didn't even see it somewhere. This is very interesting though. Do you feel like people feel like you were throwing a dig?
People do. There's like this girl commented, she's like, yeah, you're throwing shade, blah blah blah. And in my head I'm thinking, what? If I wanted to throw shade, I would have done it 8 months ago, 7 months ago, or in this whole time I would have constantly thrown shade. I don't need to throw any shade.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm content with my life. So, yeah, just that.
But on the last note, you and Ivan are good though in terms of like your, not maybe your relationship, but just like you guys are civil with each other. You guys are.
I'll always be civil with her. At the time, she was very important to me, and for that, I always respect her. I don't see any of her content. She's blocked everywhere. I don't need to see her content. She's blocked not because I hate her or anything. I just don't need to see it up. I'm happy.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting enough. Well, guys, I'll leave you guys with that.
Yeah.
This has been Tristan Hanslo. I've been EB the Kid. Thank you for watching another episode of The Kid Show. And I'll see you guys next week. Vibes.